So what lies in store for these teams this season? The talking's done. We're about to find out. It's week 1, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. Metcalf, the motion man. A throw on the first play from Rodgers. Right at the outset, he lost the football. And the Jets come up with the takeaway.
And that's just got to be a really deflating way to start this game, Mike. I mean, you work on this opening script all week long with the expectation that you're going to start fast, and then you come out early, careless with the ball. They knock it loose and create the early takeaway.
They'll run here. It's Breece Hall. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact have got to be better.
Fields now on second down. And he led him a bit too much. That pass is incomplete. Breece Hall, the intended receiver. And now it's going to be third down.
Third and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come third down.
On third down, here's Hall. And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up fourth down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. On the ground, it's Jaylen Warren. And this is going to be a Steelers first down. He gets it up past the 30 to the 32.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Warren. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Jamien Sherwood there to meet him. From the 34-yard line, here's second and 8. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That'll be caught by the running back, Warren. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
Third and 2. Here we go. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Rodgers on third and 2. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And he is very close to the first down, but eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches. So the Steelers ready to kick this one skyward. Xavier Gibson to return for the Jets. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
They'll go again with Hall. And this a slight improvement over the previous play. He's not going to lose yardage, but he's not gaining any either. It's third down.
Well, they certainly didn't allow the loss on first down, Mike, to scare him out of this run game here on second down. But now after taking a loss on first and second, it puts him in a tough spot here coming up on third down.
The run game not helping him out those last two plays, thus 3rd and 16. Another run here with Hall. And he's going to go backwards again. The defense coming up big, forcing 4th down.
A lot of times the success of a draw depends on the defensive ends, Mike, rushing the passer. In this case, a great job by the defensive end. He initially reads pass, but then he determines that it's going to be a draw. He quickly adjusts, and he's able to tackle the running back for a loss.
Here's Austin McNamara now, and he's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. First down for Aaron. He's got Freiermuth open on the left side. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
Now Rodgers. Forced out left. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there, but now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Third down, they need 5. Metcalf, the motion man. 3rd and short yardage, it's Rodgers. And he'll be taken down with the first down as time will run out on this opening quarter. The Steelers with the football to begin the second quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Warren. Finds room inside the 40, and he'll be taken down. That's another first down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult.
And he's in. Pat Freiermuth, touchdown Steelers. For Aaron Rodgers' career touchdown throw 504, but number one as a Pittsburgh Steeler.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Boswell now, following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. Xavier Gibson now to take it out of the end zone. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, Fields. Catch made right side by Wilson. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. From the 23, here's 2nd and 5. On the handoff, here comes Hall. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Jalen Ramsey up to make the play. Third down and 3. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Now Warren. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Steeler first down.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
Once again, it's Warren. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's 11 yards again, 2 plays in a row. And another first down. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. No one open, he'll drop it to his running back. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down. Here's the former Memphis Tiger, Kenneth Gainwell. And he will get into the end zone. Kenneth Gainwell. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike. And you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched. And An unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Boswell now, following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 6. They will run it over center with Hall. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
From the shotgun, it's Fields. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Well, sometimes as a quarterback, when you decide to pick up those yards with your feet, you got to pay a price. And in this case, he takes a big shot, but not before he's able to pick up that first down.
Fields now to throw on 1st down. There he goes again.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his 1st and 2nd reads, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
Here comes 2nd and 4. Now Fields. That's caught. It's Braylon Allen. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. Good for a Jets 1st down.
This is quarterback play at its finest, is understanding and identifying the blitz before the ball is snapped. That's what allows him to get the ball out of his hand so quickly, throws it to his hot receiver in the flat, and he does the rest.
So, 1 half in the books. 2nd half coming up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here comes Hall on this toss to the right. And he gets this up close to the 40. Chuck Clark there to make the play. It is 2nd and 6. Back to throw is Fields. Moving outside the pocket. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds. So it's a pretty manageable third down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use fourth down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Quincy Williams in there for the stop. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 8. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. From the gun, Rodgers. Catch made. That's Woods. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down. A give left side here for Johnson. Room to run past midfield. And he's going to take this into the end zone. Sensational play for the moment. There's a marker down. I don't think he's going to like the result of this flag. Rodgers. He's going to air one out for Metcalf. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. A big-time play for Pittsburgh. 41 yards.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
The motion man here is Woods. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers, working his way out left. And he'll take it on in. Roman Wilson, touchdown Steelers.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Boswell now, following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. Xavier Gibson now to take it out of the end zone. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line. On the give, it's Hall. And he'll work ahead for about 5 to the 25. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Here's Hall. And it'll be brought down shy of the 35, but that is good enough to move the sticks.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, they go right back to Hall. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Now a 2nd down throw for Fields. He'll get that to Wilson. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. A couple of 1st downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
You know, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
A give. Here's Hall. And once again, this defense up to the task. They stop him for no gain yet again. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
Forced to his right. That one broken up. It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And it is caught, but he's out of bounds. Would have been the 1st down, but he could not stay in. And as a result, they're going to turn this over on downs. Here's Warren. And he'll get about 5. From the 43, here's 2nd down and 5. Here's Rodgers. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Third and 10. Throwing, Rodgers. The pressure gets there again, and again he goes down. Former third overall pick Quinnen Williams, working his way in to register his first sack of the new season. Steelers getting ready to put this one away. And he'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. Oh, how about that hit? Wow! He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 4. Fields. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
Third and 6. On the option, here's Hall. And this defense not fooled by the option. They stick with the running back and they get him down for no gain.
A little surprising to see them keep the ball on the ground, especially given the situation, Mike. I mean, you're trailing. You haven't had a lot of success running the ball up until this point. They need chunk plays. They need to score, and they need to score fast.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. Fields to throw for it. He's got his man, complete to Wilson. And he's going to have the Jets' first down. As this defense can't come up with the play they need, they surrender a gain of 17 on 4th down. To throw is Fields. He'll take a shot, looking for Wilson. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete. He was looking for Garrett Wilson there, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Fields now. A throw on the move is caught, and he's going to be marked out down at the 5. It's a gain of 29, and it's 1st and goal.
You can't run plays like this, Mike, if you don't have incredible pass protection. I mean, he started on the left side of the formation, and look how far he had to go across the field before that ball was caught. That's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of trust in that quarterback, in his protectors, to know he can stand tall in that pocket and wait for his receiver to break open. These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
They're in 4-down territory for sure, but what can they do on this one? It's 3rd and goal. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. Mevis, good on the extra point. And the Jets get back in it. It is 21-7. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. It's a return. Here comes Calvin Austin. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers. And it's likely a satisfying one for quarterback Aaron Rodgers as he defeats his former team. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.
Strategies are discussed and victories are born. Each person there has a voice and a chance to step forward with what they believe is the key to this week's game.